pinwheel. And then, so I think I pretty much try to do this combo where I do the extension 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and then on the fourth one, when the right hand comes down, you go around 360 back up into the pinwheel. This ties into the one that we were doing last time with the swivel, right? Because if you're doing the swivel, then you can do that same turnaround, left hand. And then with the left, we're going to go extension 1, extension 2, extension 3. Now on the fourth one, keep the poi on, so you're coming up, you're keeping it on your left side, comes over the top and back down, and then go back up into the pinwheel. One thing that can help you is, I don't know if you have any markers in the room that you're in. Using the wall in front of you can work. I'm using my screen. What I'm trying to do is, as I'm coming around, I'm trying to keep it parallel to the screen so that the line stays straight as I go through the rotation. As you come around the bottom and come up, try and keep it parallel to the screen as you turn your body around. Okay, another thing that helps is the footwork. I'm turned out, so I have my right foot turned out, and as I'm coming across, I'm pivoting on my right foot, or I am paddling on my right foot to get around. Either way will work depending on your floor surface, the surface on your shoes, or whatever. I'm gonna hold the poise because I can't stop it mid rotation. Okay, but I'm here. I get to here. I'm stepping into it to come around, but then it crosses the body, comes over the top, and back down to the bottom before I extend to go back behind my head. Or facing me, comes across the bottom, then you're facing the right, then it's going to come across the front. Then as you face away from me, so you're going to be facing the light, you come over the top and then back down to the bottom in front of you and back into the pinwheel. I think you were the one that was talking about it feeling a little bit like an airplane when you were doing that, this thing. It's the same sense. It's that same sensation of an airplane, right? So if you watch me, you'll see the airplane. So here's a hint of it. Right, there's another hint. Right, there's another hint. Now watch, airplane, 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 all the way through. One thing that can help is, so I'm going to face you and do this, but just mirror me. So same thing with the extensions. So you're kind of doing like an extension like this, where it's not quite 180 degrees. Whereas this is, the difference is when you go back behind your head, now watch me from behind, if I show you with just my left arm, I'm really pumping, I'm coming down to my neck and then pumping all the way straight up, then out, straight up, then out, straight up, then out. And that going back up before I go out, up, well, go up, out, and then extend. Up, out, extend. Up, out, extend across the front. Up, out, extend across the front. Up, full extension. Out, up, out, extend across the front. I guess there's multiple elements to it that make it clean. The first element is this pump, where you're pumping it, like if I were just to leave it behind my head, right? It's this pump up and down. The second thing is the full extension across my own side, but then the third thing is full extension on the other side before going back behind the head. And that's what helps keep it clean as you're going around. Different because it's the other hand. So you're still pumping, but this time you come all the way down and then come across. So you're shooting across your body. You have to shoot back up and then across and around, across and all the way around. So full extension all the way around. And that extension really makes a difference. I would say go the crown of your head, because right now what you're doing is you're going on the side of your head versus behind your head. So you really are trying to get both hands to follow the same path versus this. Do you see how one is on the right side of my head and one is on the left side of my head? It's subtle, super subtle. Super subtle again. Remember that thing we were saying about being really erect. So let me show you from the side view the difference between that subtle turtling and if you maintain a clean posture in your spine. So this is the subtle turtling, and the subtle turtling often comes from looking down. And the reason we look down is because we're trying to get into our, we're trying to access our memory of how something feels. And so as we look down, we do this, right? Now watch as I look up. Even if you put your head up and close your eyes, you'll be able to access how it feels, but you'll notice, see how much closer the line is to my body? You could start playing with, so right now you're doing it really high up here. It's beautiful. You can try playing with it tighter to your crown. And I'm going to face you so that you can just mirror me. So I'm doing clockwise, but you're doing counterclockwise. So let's get into it. Yes. And then you're going to extend with your right arm first. And we'll try to do 10. 1. 1. 1. Good. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. But what I want to go for is 10 like this. 1, 2. So you don't go back to small in the middle. It's 10 big ones in a row. I want to try and maintain it. Let's go for 5 first. 5 will be easier. We're starting, you're in anti-clockwise. You're going to lead with your right arm. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 in a row. Just 3. Because the sequence that I do with you is 3 and then we turn. So let's try back into the counterclockwise pinwheel. You're going to lead with your right hand and we'll do 3 extensions in a row and then try and do the turn. So 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, and now this next one, turn. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, and now this next one, turn. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, and now this next one, turn. Yes, 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 yes! We were doing these. Overhand giant on your left. And then when the right one hits the bottom, come to underhand giant on your right. Okay, and now when the left is at the top, go back to overhand on the left. And then switch to underhand on the right. And now we'll go into the swivel. Now, I want you to swivel 3 times. And then when your right one is on the bottom, turn 360 in that same one and then come up into the pinwheel. Mirror me again. So you're doing counterclockwise, I'm doing clockwise. So we're going to start giant here. Stand up tall, turn to the underhand. Turn back to the overhand. Okay, now we're going to swivel back and forth. 1, 2, 3, and now we're going to turn 360. Oh, right. I was having you come up into the pinwheel. Good job.